WAOC is always talking about advancement, planning, and careers, but aren't there warehouse and operations positions for us seeking part-time positions or maybe just seasonal work? Hello all, I'm Marty with Warehouse and Operations as a Career, and the answer to that question is certainly, and some really great ones actually. I started to say, and some great opportunities just then. But let's talk about a few of the positions for maybe the parent with children in school during the day, or the person that just wants to pick up some extra pay during or before the holidays. There's a whole lot of seasonal positions available throughout the year even. You know, I'm really familiar with one such facility, a global organization that does everything under one roof. They import and receive units that have to be assembled for their clients' retail store settings. Once they get them assembled, they store them or inventory them, and then ship them to individual locations as needed. They offer not only short-term assignments, something like 2 to 3 week projects, but ones that last between 2 and 4 months too. Because they try and source that type of worker for their assembly department, they try and work within people's schedules, maybe like a 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. shift, so parents can drop off the children at school and are out in time to pick them up each weekday. It's a win-win for the employee and the employer. And since their employee is seeking this kind of schedule, they call them first every time a new project is ramping up. They've worked with them before. They know the task at hand, and that eliminates so much training, and the cost associated with it is greatly reduced. They regularly get these projects, so even the receiving and shipping departments can utilize this type of workforce and be just as flexible with the hours as these extra hands will assist the full-time associates during their crunch periods. Another production facility that produces disposable paper and plastic goods, they run 6 shifts a week, a first, second, and third, Monday through Friday, and then 3 more on Saturday and Sunday. The weekend shifts are filled by those only wanting part-time work or maybe a second income. Now, I really love this model. It helps reduce required overtime and creates work for a whole other segment of us in the workforce. Both of these examples are in the production or manufacturing aspects of the business, and although there are probably fewer part-time positions in distribution, at least the larger DCs, there's plenty of warehousing or dock work positions in the retail environments too. All that product in our grocery stores, those big box stores and the shopping malls, comes in across a loading dock. It has to be unloaded, received, and those shelves stocked so the end user or consumer can purchase it. A lot of those jobs are going to be late evening or night position and typically will not require a full 40 hours a week. Maybe it's something like our deliveries only come in 2 or 3 times a week and we'll only need to come in on those days. Or we can come in for only like 4 hours each evening. And being more on the retail side, maybe it can be much more flexible with the days and the hours that we have to work. And even in transportation and logistics, I know several people that work part-time with cartage freight and cross-dock facilities. These are great jobs too, kind of set hours, maybe 4 or 6 hour shifts, 3 or 4 days a week. A few of them I'm aware of work with that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday shift. These can be both day or night shifts. Oh, and dispatchers can be part-time as well. As a dispatcher, we may have additional duties, maybe working with bill of ladings or the billing departments and working closely with the fleet maintenance people. Working so closely with drivers can teach us a lot about the movement of freight, at least their side of it. Now, part-time positions shouldn't be confused with casual work, casual positions, or casual labor. In my experience, these positions are held by people wanting to eventually be hired on full-time somewhere. Many of our well-known parcel services utilize casual labor as fill-ins during peak times or peak seasons. Typically, we'll be on call or have a schedule with only 20 or 25 hours a week, and that schedule can really change from week to week. Like I said, I think casual work is great as it kind of gets our foot in the door. It's kind of one of those type of positions. These are great companies to work for, but getting hired permanently can take a little bit of time. Now that I'm thinking about it, I do know one individual that's worked casual for a couple of years now. He likes to travel, and travel a lot. He'll work a few months, save up for a trip, take off for a while, and come back and apply again with the same company. He does a great job for them. They know he'll be in every day, so they hire him back and work him as long as he's in town. We just all don't want stress, challenges, or responsibility that may come along with advancement or growth within a company, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Just like I've shared before, I know forklift drivers that's been operating the same lift for 30 years. Their jobs have really been good to them. One of my best friends has been working in warehouse sanitation for over 33 years. He's never wanted to do anything else. And just a few months ago, we spoke with an order selector that's been offered a management role on 5 different occasions and turned them down every time. He loves his job. These are all great people that enjoy what they're doing. They have a 40-plus hour a week job. Probably more like 48 to 50 hour a week job. They want full-time employment, a position that pays well, and they get to go home after the shift, and they don't want to have to think about work again until the next shift. As you know, I feel we've got to enjoy what we're doing in order to be the best at it, and I think having a job as a position is perfectly fine. As we've talked, part-time jobs are a little different. We don't want that 40-hour plus position. We want to earn a good pay rate, of course, but we may have other responsibilities. Children, other jobs, maybe parents or family members that we need to take care of. A part-time position can provide us with earnings, keep us fit and productive while allowing us to take care of our other responsibilities. Again, what an industry, right? Warehousing, transportation, and operations has it all. There's a position for all of us. I wanted to say something about planning and goals today, too. Many times as a part-time or casual worker, we are master planners, keeping track of not only a work schedule and responsibilities, but our out-of-work responsibilities as well. Speaking of that, how are we all coming along with our goals and plans? I'll be honest, I'm behind on one of mine. With only 12 more weeks to achieve one in particular, I may have to make an adjustment. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's not a bad thing. The point is, I'm still working on it, and it's perfectly fine to extend that timeline a little bit. How are each of you coming along? It's been a while since we had a giveaway. I think the last one was a WAOC t-shirt. How about we all send in a little paragraph on how we are or are not on track to meet our goals for 2019? Now, you don't have to share what your goal is if you'd rather not, but talk about what got in the way of you achieving it or what you felt you did that helped you reach it. I'll go ahead and start us off. I am not going to reach my goal because I think I overreached a bit. I took on a few more projects than I should have and did not really dedicate or commit enough time to accomplish this particular project. But you know what? I've recommitted myself and I will have it completed by February 1st. Email your story to host@warehouseandoperationsasacareer.com by next Monday, and we'll draw the winner on Tuesday and announce the winner on next week's show. Oh, and the prize. Let's see. We'll give away 2 items from our storefront at tpublic.com, WAOC. Shoot, I tell you what, let's go for broke. We'll give away 3 items, and the winner gets to choose. I'll also post that link in the show notes on our webpage, warehouseandoperationsasacareer.com. Let's get those entries in by midnight Central Time next Monday. We'll choose the winner, and then just send me your choice of 3 items, and I'll get them ordered and delivered to you. Well, there's a little bit on part-time and casual positions. I hope I answered a few questions and maybe gave you some ideas about a few great positions that you may not have thought of yet. And please remember, even with part-time jobs, our first priority is safety.